Good afternoon. Today we're going to demonstrate how to put on the pulsing third brake light kit on a 2016 Dodge Grand Caravan. We're going to proceed over here. Here's your standard tools that you'll need for this installation. These tools are in your toolkit as standard tools. Your wire strippers, wire cutters, a pair of pliers. They can be channel locks or pliers. Some silicone grease, even the Dow 111 will work, but the Parker lube works great. And a standard putty knife works well too. Along with that is the kit that will be supplied with all the electrical connectors, and you'll want a roll of like masking tape or some kind of tape to protect the plastic as you snap the unit apart. And if you have plastic interior trim tools, you don't need them special, but if you'd like to use those, you can use those in place of the putty knife. Okay, let me demonstrate how simple this is. Take our putty knife. We'll go up to the right-hand corner of the rear tailgate to where the upper piece of plastic is seamed. We'll take a piece of your protective tape and put it along that plastic to protect it. That's just so you don't leave some dirt marks or whatever on the plastic. If you're good, you don't possibly need it, but it's nice to have it there. You just tack a little piece right there, simple like that. We'll go in behind the plastic towards the top of the plastic, towards the window, about 1 inch down. You'll gently slide it in until it stops, and then just gently pop out. Once you hear a simple pop out, hold it out with your fingers. Gently pull out and down with your hand on the trim, and the whole piece will pop down. There are some tab holes that have spring clips that hold this plastic on. Once the wiring harness is exposed, you'll see a green and white wire and a black wire that go up to the third brake light. The green and white is your positive, your black is your negative. You will not cut the black wire. You will cut the green and white wire in half to splice in the service kit that we get for the third pulsing brake light. Down here we have our kit. Before we start, take some of your dielectric grease or silicone lube and take your connectors, put a little grease on those connectors. That will help for corrosion. Do each connector. You can take the splice connector and put a little dab inside that. That will also assist in keeping that lubricated so that it doesn't corrode. Take all your connectors, lubricate them up. Now what I suggest, once you have those lubed, go ahead and plug them into your third brake light kit, because there is a male and female on each wire that is opposite in its orientation. Plug them in, that way you'll have it the right way. Now that you have those plugged in tight with no electrical wire showing or connector or bare metal, easiest thing is leave them plugged in, then go up to your wiring harness, cut your green and white wire in half and pull it out towards you. Take your standard strippers, strip back 1/16 to an 1/8 inch for the connector, like so. And once those are stripped back, remember, this is your input coming to 12 volts in. This is the output going to the light. So you will take your red wire on your kit, per the instructions. You'll install that into that connector and take your crimper and securely crimp that into that connector. I happen to have a pair of nice heavy-duty ratcheting crimpers that I can get in there and get a real nice crimp with them. After you've crimped one, check it for durability. The red wire has been secured. You want to repeat the same procedure, of course, with the output side of the module, which is the yellow wire that goes to the input of the light bulb. Take your crimpers again. If you have to, pull the plastic down out of your way a little bit more. Get it into your crimper. Make sure your wire is in there good, and crimp down. Test your wire again, make sure you have a good crimp. Once that has been performed, you will take the splice in line, place it over the wire with you'll see the little groove in the connector here. You'll just put that on there like so. You'll cap this over it. It's a little bit slippery due to the lube, but that's okay. Then take your standard pliers or channel locks that you have in your kit and just squeeze the two halves together. This will make the final connection on the ground wire. You'll hear a little snap when that snaps in, and it's